After reading chapter number 3 carefully, answer the following questions. Why did Mrs. Bedouin take the painting down? She took the painting of the woman who looked like Oliver down because she thought it seemed to worry Oliver. Oliver lived the family life with Mr. Brownlow. Explain. Mr. Brownlow was kind to him, asked Mrs. Bedouin to look after him, bought him new clothes, and gave him a bed and food for nothing. Why was Oliver sent to the bookshop? He was sent there to pay for the new books, give back some of the books, and Grimwig wanted to test him. Who was Mr. Grimwig? He was Mr. Brownlow's friend. He was old and pessimistic. He thought that Oliver won't return because he had new clothes, £5, and some books. But he wasn't right, as Oliver was kidnapped. How did Nancy and Bill Sikes manage to kidnap Oliver? Nancy grabbed Oliver by the arm while he was going to the bookshop, telling people that he had run away from home. Bill helped her to take Oliver to Fagin. Why did Oliver feel ashamed of himself? As Fagin refused to return the books and the money to Mr. Brownlow, as Oliver asked him, Oliver felt ashamed because Mr. Brownlow might think that Oliver stole his money and books. How did Mr. Bumble meet Mr. Brownlow? Trying to find Oliver, Mr. Brownlow published an ad or advertisement in a paper, asking for information about the lost boy. When Mr. Bumble had read the ad, he went to warn Mr. Brownlow falsely of Oliver. So, Mr. Brownlow became so sad that he didn't want to hear Oliver's name ever again. What plan did Fagin have for Oliver? Fagin chose Oliver to help Bill and Toby to rob a house in the countryside, as he was small enough to climb through the small window. Did Oliver want to help in the robbery? Explain. He didn't want to do so, as he begged Sikes not to force him to do so, but Sikes threatened to kill him if he refused. Important quotations. Do you really think he'll come back? Who said these words and to whom? Master Grimwig said these words to Mr. Brownlow. When was that said? That was said when Oliver was sent to the bookshop. Did the speaker and the listener share the same opinion? No, they didn't. As Mr. Brownlow, unlike Mr. Grimwig, was sure that Oliver would come back. I'm taking him back to his mother and father. Who said these words and to whom? Nancy said these words to the people in the street. Was the speaker right in saying so, and why? No, she wasn't, as Oliver had no parents. Where was the speaker really taking him to? She was taking him to Fagin. I'm not happy about this either. I've tried to help you, but it's no good. I'll try to help you again. Now, come with me. Who said these words and to whom? Nancy said these words to Oliver. How did the speaker try to help the listener? She threatened Bill Sikes to tell the police if he hit Oliver again. Where was they going shortly afterwards, and why? They were going to Bill's house because Oliver was going to help Bill and Toby to rob a house in the countryside. Find the mistake and correct it. Oliver was taking money and books to Fagin. Oliver was taking money and books to the bookshop. Nancy and Charlie took Oliver back to Fagin. Nancy and Bill Sikes took Oliver back to Fagin. Nancy told Fagin to stop beating Oliver. Nancy told Bill Sikes to stop beating Oliver. Mr. Bumble published an ad in the newspaper. Mr. Brownlow published an ad in the newspaper. Bill and Crackit planned to rob a house in London. Bill and Crackit planned to rob a house in the countryside. Thanks for listening. With Nafham, learn easily and simply.